A move that has been very interesting because it's not usually this way round that we do it. It's usually the other way round that they poach. This is from the Wednesday website. Max Lowe agrees Wednesday move. Max Lowe has agreed a deal to sign for Wednesday on the 1st of July. Lowe is a versatile performer, equally at home in left-back berth or as a holding midfielder. He began his career with Derby, graduating from the Rams Academy and going on to post 42 senior appearances. Loan spells with Shrewsbury and Aberdeen followed before a permanent move to our city rivals, Sheffield United. Lowe went on to make 44 appearances for the Blades, incorporating a temporary switch to Nottingham Forest, where he was part of the Reds team that won promotion to the Premier League via the playoffs in 2021-22. The 27-year-old is a decorated England international in the younger age groups, having represented the Three Lions at under 16, 17, 18 and 20 level. Lowe will put pen to paper at Hillsborough in July upon the expiry of his current contract. Welcome to Wednesday, Max. Now, this one, as you can imagine, they've all gone, oh, he's not good enough, and then the ones that have been rational on the other side of the city have said he's actually quite a good player. He's just got a bad injury record, which is probably the more believable thing because that would be a typical Wednesday signing. But I think it would be that gamble that I think it's the gamble you take, Jake, because for me, this player seems to be a good age, which I assume we've probably given him like a 2-year deal or something because he's 27 with an option maybe. He's got, I very much doubt it would be a year. He does have the question of loyalty. He's done Derby, he's gone Forest. He's obviously now gone from the Blades to us. But I think it makes sense. He's never really had to move if you think about that, actually, because if he's gone Derby, Forest, it's more of a local thing. I think you'll probably find he's more of a professional footballer in that regard rather than an emotional footballer, maybe. So
I think he's a Forest fan as well.
From what I've seen, he seems like a decent signing, and he's a naturally left-sided footballer, which is what we need at left back. We don't really have one going into the new season. So what do you think on Lowe?
You know what? This is a really smart move, and the fact that he's sat down with Danny and Danny convinced him what the plan is as well, which was something that got mentioned on Twitter, that Danny's spoken to him and they had good conversations about what they wanted. If you actually look at the way he plays, with the way he break plays up and then gets us on teams on the counter and then looks at all the position, or he got an eye for say, he basically doing what Paul did last season. Last season, Paul would try and break play up and then get on the counter. We didn't have anyone on the other side to do that. Johnson tried it, but he doesn't have the ability to get it moving fast enough, I think, for Danny liking. And with this, you got someone who can get that transition. I think this is all having a player who can do the transitional play when we're attacking, and they'll be able to defend as well. He got a damn good foot on him for crosses. He really can do. And I think you look at the way Danny was trying to play last season when he first came in. He was trying to do that with players who didn't have that ability. Not saying they weren't good enough, it just wasn't their strength. In Max, you've got a player whose strength is to bomb forward and get back, but also go on the counter. I am actually very excited to see what Danny brings around this in terms of it, because I can see us being quite a pacey team next season with the way we're going to play on the break a little bit.
I think this is exactly the sort of signing we need to be making, and I don't think we're going to get players. If there wasn't a question mark over his injuries, you'd have probably gone to somebody pushing for the Prem.
It was linked with Everton.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But I think it makes sense for him. Danny's, you can't underestimate the influence of the system that we play now and the morale at the club. So what I would suggest is he's seen that, realised he doesn't have to move. He's come across the other side of the city. Be interesting to see if he takes to us more over time. Well.
Wilder apparently wanted to keep him.
You would have thought so. If he's come to us, he's not gone on stupid wages, which is a good sign, And it just makes sense. Let's do the traditional EAFC thing. So he's a 72 rated silver left wing back, 80 pace, 46 shooting, 63 passing. 73 dribbling, 69 defending, and 67 physical. If you are new to the channel, the reason we do that is just because we all like to just throw a little bit of virtual thing in there, even though it doesn't have any relevance on real world football. Here's the thing, though. He had an amazing evolution. If you'd evoed him at the right time, he could have been a 94 rated left wing back, Jake. 94. That was from budding star at weak foot peak, team of the season plus protector and supreme defender. He could have been a 94 rated left wing back with 3 play style pluses, which would have been 92 pace, 59 shooting, 87 passing, 89 dribbling, 84 defending, and 85 physical. So he would have been half decent. That would have had ping, pass, jockey, and intercept as well. I
will say something.
Go on.
The derby going to be interesting now.
It does add a bit of spice to the Sheffield derby, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully he stays fit for it, because it would be quite funny. It would be one of those funny situations if he manages to stay fit for an entire season, has a great season with us, and maybe gets an assist or a goal against them.
Yeah.
But I'm still not looking forward to playing them, by the way. Let's be real. They've got parachute payments coming out of their backside, right? And they'll be up for it, especially with Wilder as their manager in charge of Steel City Derby.
I think Danny will relish an actual,
hopefully,
proper derby. That sounds really bad, but a proper derby. And the thing is, for me, Danny's already bought in to what the club means. And I think if he's already done that, I don't think he'll do a Carlos and go, it's just a normal football game. I don't think he'll do that. He understands what it means. You know what I mean? It's that whole thing. He completely understands it.
The way I see it, for anybody that might be, I think everybody seems quite positive about it. I can see a lot of people saying, welcome to the biggest club in Sheffield, that sort of thing, the typical banter you get when that sort of thing happens across there. But it's a position we needed to fill. It's a position we have now filled. Because if you look at our left options, we've got Marvin Johnson and we didn't release Marvin Johnson, did we? He's got another year, hasn't
he? Marvin Johnson got another year. We gave him an option.
Yeah, I thought he did. My brain just went for a second. Got Marvin Johnson, which we don't really want to play at left back, but you could play Johnson higher up, and then you've got Lowe, at left back.
They'll need another one there.
We do. He replaces basically Reece James, who's gone. So that makes sense, and it's somebody that Danny wants to work with in that side of things. So 2 signings through the door already. That's not bad.
Have you noticed with some of the players we're linked with, is that it's looking like he's getting 2 players for 2 positions?
Well, that's what he needs to do, and Lowe will be a great addition to that, especially considering we are short defensively. Definitely short defensively.